Hello everybody and welcome to FA Cup final day. Chesterfield and Newcastle United will go 1v1 to determine who will take home the world's most famous knockout trophy. And there are so many bits of news to get through. I won't take up too much of your time, but please be patient as I have to give you as much information as I can in a short period of time. But let's begin with the Premier League very briefly. You can see we've lost 6th position on the final day. Typical Manchester City wrecking it for us again. But Sunderland, as a courtesy of their superior goal difference, have taken 6th place. So it's a pure grudge match. Winner takes all in terms of the final Europa League spot. Newcastle in 8th place were thrashed 4-0 by 2nd place Chelsea on the final day and decided to immediately sack their manager. I think is Neil Adams. Yeah, he got sacked despite a very successful tenure in charge of the club, but he has been sacked, and that leaves Newcastle with no manager, so that gives me a huge advantage. But when you've got the likes of Mike Phelan sitting as the assistant manager, they still have a reasonable chance of taking home the trophy. But that was big news despite our defeat. The fixtures list, I'll show you that in a minute, but Tottenham Hotspur, West Bromwich Albion and the Norwich are all down. Brighton, Watford and QPR all survive, which is massive news. We ended the season with 18 wins, 5 draws and 15 defeats. Not nearly as good as the year before, of course, but 59 points compared to 66, and we had Champions League commitments. That's not too bad whatsoever. But the top 4, including Everton, got their ideas in order and dominated the season. Let's just take a look at the schedule now, all the way down to the bottom. So we left you at the FA Cup semi-final of immense drama and nerves, but we got through it thanks to Marcel Phillips and Enes Unal, the former Bursaspor man. He missed his crucial penalty, but he did get sweet revenge at Lampard Park as we were soundly beaten by 2-0. But we went on a good winning run here against Swansea, then Brighton, then Watford, conceding no goals in the last 2 games. But Man City got the job done, but didn't deserve to win in my opinion. They were good in the first half, but we were much better in the second half. But thankfully Stephen Kinsella has survived an injury scare, but Michael Henning has not been so lucky. He got injured in our last training session before the cup final. So we're also missing Tom Bertram, Pinilios, Loftus-Cheek, Bemboletta and so on and so forth injury. This will be my preferred squad. Phillips, Lenihan, Reeves, Kubat, Kavanagh, Kinsella, Stephenson, Zand, Goulden, Cook and Mesa, with Rinna, Fry, Shanahan, Pinho, Ahmed, Boring and Forza on the bench. So I kind of don't like the way on FM it only rewards the players in starting 11 on the bench if you win the cup, whereas everybody should have a win or loss credited to them as long as they played in the tournament. So that's something I'd love to see fixed in FM16, which is coming very soon. But in terms of financial news, it's great. We're projected to make 91 million euros. I wouldn't be that optimistic without Champions League football, but we got our prize money for finishing 7th, and I'm delighted with that. But with Wembley bound to be sold out again, we have a lot to look forward to. But let's just remind ourselves of the dreadful record we have against Newcastle. But there is the one shining light, which you're going to see now. Here it is. The only time we've beaten them in any competition was the FA Cup 4th round, my very first cup upset, and that was thanks to Adam Armstrong, the Geordie man himself. He's now at Wolves and he seems to be doing okay for himself. But ever since we met in the Championship and then again in the Premier League, it's all been one-way traffic. The most recent game we had with them at home, we conceded in the 90th minute, which was unacceptable. But Newcastle have had a vastly dominant time against us, but by sacking their manager, I think they've made a fatal mistake, and we have to capitalise on that. But we'll see how they fare on the match screen. Now here we are, the Abide By Me national anthem and all that sort of good stuff is about to begin. I'm wearing my traditional suit, and Newcastle, I'm sure, will have their outfits ready to go. Their starting 11 is quite mixed actually. They must have had a few injury problems, but you will notice they have a few star power names like Flanagan, Wisdom, Sidney and Rudolph, but Nixon, O'Connor, and Michaelides are not very good players at all. So that gives us some sort of hope. We can't go into the game thinking we have it already won. Very nervy, and it could be another penalty shootout, which would really, cause heartbreak. I don't want another penalty shootout if possible. But there we go. That's as good as it's going to be. Time to electrify the 90,000 capacity fans, and now let's try and win the FA Cup for the very first time. Let's do it. Let's win this most famous trophy and bring an end to the misery of the Chesterfield of old, where you've seen them be beaten soundly every now and again. But now it's time to use the spirit of 97 and go all the way. It's time for the kick-off. Newcastle wearing a change strip. It seems to be the grey coloured one, but Chesterfield get home sort of advantage with the blue shirts. Now, early chance. Can Stephen Kinsella or anyone else score another goal? Here he is already. Good save. So I'd love to get Kinsella on the score sheet again after he scored against Chelsea at Wembley last time. But so far, so good. Show some passion, definitely. Possession is good. But this chance for Sydney could be dangerous, but now it's over the top. And a bit of nerves now, but Kavanagh from a set piece, not good enough. He was poor against Man City, but he's forced a corner with a lackadaisical shot. Goulden set piece, it's only as far as Stephenson, and Goulden cleared for Sam Zand. Stephenson, Goulden, and Kinsella goes down, but that's not a penalty in my book. That was a good tackle, but we try again, and Tim Krul saves. I'm going to make a little adjustment. Yaramessa probably should be deep lying forward. That's fine. But Newcastle have had a shot on target, unlike us, but they're driven backwards in their unusual 4-4-2 formation. But now it's Nixon to Rudolph, and that's over the bar, but it doesn't matter for offside. I'd like to see us push forward a little bit. But Newcastle have a chance. Stephenson clears. Robinson, good block. And the ball is out of play. Oh no, injury to Stephenson, but it's an orange cross, so he can stay on the pitch if necessary. Cook has been tackled. The former Middlesbrough man would love to win this game today for Chesterfield, but that was Yaramessa, El Capitan, missing the target. Sean Kavanagh also blazing it over the crossbar, but we just need a shot on target. This could be our chance. Corner kick, the decibel levels rise. The Blue Boys want to see a goal right in front of them, but Kubat, the 18-year-old, couldn't score from about 8 yards out, and it's a nervous first half and no goals have been scored. I'll just have to say we have to go out and make this happen. Poor midfield, I think, and not too pleased with that, but defence for a young centre-back pairing, I'm pretty pleased, and Marcel Phillips as well. He's a young goalkeeper, whereas Kavanagh and Lenihan, the Irish internationals, bring the experience. But sad that Shanahan couldn't play. He would have loved to play this match, but hopefully we'll defend the cup and make it to another final. But let's not get too greedy. We don't want to make any changes so soon. We've got 45 minutes of action left to come, and already Sam Zand and Callum Cook are one in the same with their teamwork. But we need an opportunity, and it's going to be Newcastle's, unless Lenihan and Cook can get the ball out of our half. This is good. Callum Cook has only Mesa to work with, but Mesa could release Kinsella, but no, well done Newcastle. And it's back in Chesterfield's half, but they'll advance forward to Goulden, who's had a great season. And here's Mesa, closed down very well by Andre Wisdom, if I'm not mistaken, but cleared by Rudolph. And Nixon can keep it in play to Robinson. Great tackle. That was beautifully done. I don't think they've made any changes now, so ignore me for that. I just want to be sure. No changes. That's fine. I might give another team talk. Just say, encourage. I'm pleased with what I've seen so far. Here's Sean Kavanagh with another shot with the boot, but it's over. So I'm not too sure what he's going to be doing. I'd rather see him deliver crosses into the box, but now I think I've seen all I want from Stephenson. He has to come off. We don't want him injured for the start of next season. So Ronnie Pino gets a run out with the final half an hour. in this nervy cup final, that's for definite. No good really, but Chesterfield I think have to get out there and take the initiative. We've been the better team, but Newcastle now have to get results. Oh my god, it's in, but Rudolph has fouled the goalkeeper and it's disallowed. The first time the ball ends up in the net and it's disallowed, but Chesterfield have been given a wake-up call, and I have to use that to my advantage. That was nearly one of the worst goals ever scored against me in this series. I would have been furious if that had accounted. And it's Goulden, back to Sam Zand. Cook and Zand are too close together. Mesa, right-footed shot straight at the goalkeeper. And now I'm going to make another midfield change. I don't have wingers. I think Brian Boring will have to play out on the right here. I have no alternative. Ahmed or Forza with my strikers. I could bring off Cook and make it a 2 up front, or leave Mesa alone. I think he's seen more of the ball, so we'll make him a poacher today. We just need a rebound to fall his way and it'll be in the back of the net. No problem about that. Here's our chance. Lenihan, and Kubat gets the side netting ruffled with his header. Not good enough to beat Cruel. Ryan Bertrand comes on for Flanagan, so we'll mark him. Are there any other changes to notice? Yes, they brought on Bueno. He's more important to mark in my opinion, but we'll definitely keep an eye on Ryan Bertrand, who of course won the Champions League on his full Chelsea debut. Wisdom to Bueno now. Here we go, good tackle Pino, and he rifles it forward to Andre Wisdom to clear. That's a mistake by Krul. Samzan gets a second by the Cherry Cold Cook to win the cup. No, it's saved. Well done by the Dutch keeper. And Ayer clears only as far as Brian Boring. Set piece action for the second time in a row. It's whipped into the far post, and Mesa with a dreadful header has given it away to the right back. And look at all the space for him to exploit. Has he got the bottle? No, says I think that was Lenihan. Sidney goes for the bottom corner. And we just have to concentrate now. Don't lose the cup here. Whatever you do, don't lose it. 3 minute stoppage time. Lucas Piazzone is the final throw of the dice for Newcastle United. Here we go. Could it be a 90th minute special? Cook wins a corner. Chesterfield have been not quite effective from these set pieces, however numerous they've been. And that's full time. It's full time once this ball is cleared. Lenihan, and that's 90 minutes. Oh, God's sake. Callum Cook's had a great game, so I won't bring him off. Sam Zand is tired, so let's change him around actually. We'll give the team talk when I make the change. And my gamble is Tomas Forza. It will be Tomas Forza to play, and we'll leave him as a shadow striker. We don't want to change formation too soon. We'll go back to disciplined and float in the crosses. But have we wasted another 90 minutes of FA Cup football at Wembley? Let's try and avoid that situation. We just need one goal, and I'm bringing on Tomas Forza to possibly nick it for us. Everybody has responded in a positive manner, so I'll take that. And this is it. Chesterfield have been by far the better team, and we haven't taken full advantage. The goals have dried up just a little bit, but Tomas Forza would love to change that. He's broken free. Oh, Goulden couldn't beat the defender to the ball. But here we go again. Dominance is the name of the game here. Goulden, the Norwegian, whips it in on as far as Pino. Goulden to win it. Oh, goodness me. How did he miss the target? Should be keeping those down. But Chesterfield remain dominant. It's Callum Cook. Backwards now to Pino from Forza. Return to Mesa. That was almost splendid play. It was remarkable up until the interception. Lucas Piazzone to Rudolph. Good tackle by Goulden. This is fantastic from Chesterfield. We just need the goal to bring the cup to Derbyshire. Forza breaks past two defenders but can't keep it on target. It's writing on the wall here, guys. We've had more shots on target than they've had in total, but 5 is far less than I'd hoped for in 98 minutes of play. And it's Kubat to Cook. Goulden. Forza, can he win it? Yes! Yes, says Tomas Forza, the 99th minute. Substitution supreme. Chesterfield finally lead here. Fantastic. Well done from the shadow striker. And Callum Cook to Mesa. Could we win it all here? No, Newcastle. They want to resist. But look at this defensive work. Wisdom, can only play it sideways. And that's a mistake. Forza could get a brace. Oh. We've had 4 times as many shots on goal as they've had, and we're only 1-0 up in a tense extra time period. Forza though breaks free again, and that's wide from the Norwegian forward. But that is very positive. We're 15 minutes away here. Let's win it. Let's whip out the priceless tailored suits and lift the trophy for the very first time in the club's history. And it just seems to be boom or bust for Newcastle. They don't want to play in the midfield. Henrik Gulden collects from his international colleague, and Forza again making the difference, shooting wide. I don't want to jinx this, but this is fabulous. We are defending well, we're attacking with reasonable vigour, and we're now 9 minutes away from a conclusion. Will it be concise, or will Newcastle force an unlikely equaliser? Let ahead of Forza! Yes! It's a brace off the bench. Brian Lenihan, the assistant, and the win is in our grasp. It's getting hot in here, but the silverware is going to cool us right down. The nerves are dissipating. O'Connor can only clear. It's Newcastle's day to forget. A horrible end to the season, but Chesterfield will win their first major trophy under Owen Harmon, the first at all since the League One title back in season 1. It's 5 minutes left. Come on, lads, we're there. Just get the job done. A Lenihan throw-in is cleared, but Mesa has been rather poor for his high standards, but it's gotten the job done. Here's Forza. Gulden to Cook. His own can't get the ball possession away. Forza. Mesa. Oh, that would have been greedy, but he's offside. Krul has had a great game, but that is not what you'd expect from a top quality goalkeeper with a goal kick. He completely fluffed that one. And it's Callum Cook. Oh, good tackle. And Newcastle have a breakaway here. Bueno is taking his merry old time, but I have to say the tactics for Newcastle have spectacularly failed. They should never have sacked the manager. My belief has been backed up here. They should never have sacked Neil Adams. And Forza, look at that energy. He's changed the face of this cup final, and we are just a minute away from lifting the famous old trophy. It's Yarames on the edge of the box, tackled by Wisdom. Cook can't find room. Reeves back to Kavanagh and Pinot. Cook, Mesa on his left peg, can't shoot. 20 seconds to go. There are no fears in this man's eyes, and Krul makes the final save of this one-sided FA Cup final. Callum Cook to Gulden. He can do whatever he likes. There's the confetti. There's the celebration. We are the FA Cup winners for the very first time. Yes! Yes! Well, I've never had a cup final go my way like that, but we still needed extra time. But Tomas Forza, my sincere apologies. I probably should have started you, but that is an impact of the Giants, really. He did so well to grab a brace in just half an hour's worth of action, but that was a memorable moment. Tomas Forza has guided the weary Chesterfield all the way, and we win the FA Cup. No doubt about it, everybody. We have completed the great run. I didn't actually check Newcastle's route to the finals, but It's so important for any FM player to win the FA Cup, since the English database is probably the strongest, and now I can finally say I've done it. I never did it with Manchester United back in FM 08. I played that on my own, never managed to win the FA Cup, but I've done it with Chesterfield. History is made. The past winners show that the cup is not going to London or Manchester. It's coming to Derbyshire, with Chesterfield's Proax Stadium shining a beautiful light. But poor old Newcastle lose again, and you have to feel for them. It's another big defeat, and their new manager will have a big task on his plate in order to appease the fans who have seen their team come second in this tournament for the 8th time. How sad. But Chesterfield get the Europa League spot. There's no qualms about that. There you go. It's fair that the top 7 all get European football, and I definitely need to have a sit down. But that was one of the most relaxing cup finals ever after the first goal went in. No fear once Tomas Forza had his say. Let's just take a look at how Newcastle made it this far. They started out with a win against Wycombe Wanderers, 2-0. That was fair enough there. The glitch kind of didn't help there. So after they beat us 3-0 in the league, they went on to beat Charlton 4-2 in the 4th round. They overcame the relegation candidates Norwich in the 5th round. Arsenal, that was a crucial victory, 2-1 in the quarter-finals, and then you would have seen it in the semis. They got a shock victory against a game Manchester City, but in the FA Cup final they were completely outclassed. Let's just look at those stats one more time. Well done to the likes of Shane O'Connor and Tim Krul. You've done the Geordies proud, but that was very one-sided, and that doesn't happen every day for me whatsoever. We got the tactics spot on, and we win the tournament, so we get the prize money as well. I get my Chesterfield legacy cemented, and we'll check that out in a moment. Jamie Hewitt, yay, I'm the same as Jamie Hewitt, yay. There we go, my first major trophy there. We're absolutely delighted to win the cup. Forza wins the plaudits as well, man of the match. So Maidstone got the biggest overachievers, and Manchester United were put out in the 3rd round, so their defence ended early. But yeah, that's about everything you need to say. We've taken the FA Cup away from the stranglehold of Manchester United and Chelsea, and I couldn't be happier. Great achievement. And let's just check out the General Cup profile. There you go. I'm an icon at the club, just Ernie Moss, the solitary legend. But there you go. I've made it to the icon status, and that just means so much, because if you look at my history, like my overview, sorry, or is it my job history? Yeah, so there you go. That's my first competition win since 2014/15. So I can't wait to add yet more trophies into the cabinet, like I really should be doing. So where is it? FA Cup, there you go. We're not even counted on the list with FA Cup wins, but there you have it. It's ours, and nobody can take it away from us. There it is, no doubt about it. And we'll leave it at that, everybody. I'm sorry you've had to wait a whole week for this, but it's worth it. You'll really enjoy what you've seen, and we'll speak again for next season. Goodbye for now.